Welcome to the Bedtime Scientist. Tonight, we're following something bright. Not lightning, not stars, not fire, but something softer than that. Something that only appears when light meets water in just the right way. A rainbow. You may have seen one stretched across the sky after a rainstorm, with its beautiful colors laid out in a gentle curve. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet right at the edge. It can feel like something painted in the sky just for a moment, just to be seen. But a rainbow isn't paint. It isn't a ribbon. It's not a thing hanging in the sky at all. It's light. Light unfolding. And tonight, as you rest there, warm and still, we're going to find out how plain white sunlight opens into color. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Close your eyes and imagine with me. We're standing outside after a rainstorm has just passed. The ground is damp. The air is cooler now. And all around us, tiny drops of water are still floating and falling and clinging to the world. Some are on the leaves, some are on the grass, some are still drifting through the air, too small to notice one by one. The clouds have begun to part, and from behind us, the sun comes through. That part matters, because a rainbow appears when the sun is behind you and the water is in front of you. Light enters the raindrops, and something amazing begins. Now, sunlight can look plain. It can seem colorless, clear, just light. But sunlight isn't just one color. It's made of many colors traveling together. All day long, all those colors arrive at Earth, mixed into one single stream. They move together so neatly that your eyes usually read them as white light. But when that light enters a raindrop, it changes direction. Scientists call that refraction. Refraction just means bending. The light moves from the air into the water, and when it does, it slows down a little bit and it bends. Then it travels through the drop, reflects off the inside, and bends again as it comes back out. That bending is what lets the colors separate, because each color bends a little differently. Red bends less, violet bends more, and once those colors spread out, the light that had been traveling together begins to fan open. That's the rainbow. It isn't new colors being created. It isn't paint being added to the sky. It's just sunlight showing what was already inside it. That might be my favorite thing about rainbows. They don't make color from nothing. They reveal what was there all along. White light seems simple from a distance, but inside, it has a whole hidden arrangement. What we call a spectrum. A quiet crowd of color traveling as one. And sometimes I think there are other things like that. Things that seem like just one thing from far away. A feeling, a person, the rings of Saturn. But up close, they hold more than they first appear to. More shades, more pieces, more than one color at a time. Now, let's move a little closer to the raindrop itself. Imagine one tiny drop of water floating in the air. It's round, almost like a little glass bead. A ray of sunlight enters it. It bends. Inside the drop, the light hits the back and bounces. Then it bends again as it leaves. And at that exact moment, if the angle is just right, one color from that drop reaches your eye. Only one. That's another surprising thing. Each raindrop doesn't send you the whole rainbow. Each drop sends one color from one angle. A different drop sends another, and another, and another. One red ray from one drop, one orange ray from another, one yellow ray from another. Thousands upon thousands of drops, each doing one small part. And together, they make the arc you see in the sky. That tells us that a rainbow isn't an object sitting in one place. It's more like an event, a pattern from sunlight, water, and your position on Earth. If you move, the rainbow moves with you, not because it's chasing you, but because the droplets sending light into your eyes change as you change where you stand. In a way, every person sees their own rainbow, even if two people stand side by side. The exact droplets sending red or blue into one person's eyes aren't exactly the same droplets sending them into another person's eyes. The rainbow feels shared, and it is, but it's also personal. It's made fresh for the angle of your own looking. I love that. A rainbow is real, but it also depends on where you are. And that's true of so many beautiful things. Now, why is a rainbow curved? Why not a line? Why not a square? The answer begins with angles. For the main rainbow, the brightest light reaches your eyes at about 42 degrees from the direction opposite the sun. You don't have to remember the number. Just picture this. The sun is behind you. There's a point directly opposite it, out in front of you, and all the raindrops that send the right light, and all the raindrops that send the right light to your eyes form a great circle around that point. Usually, the ground gets in the way, so you only see the top part of the circle. That's why rainbows look like arcs. But from high in the sky, in airplanes sometimes, people can see more of the circle, a fuller rainbow, almost a ring. And that means the rainbow shape was never really only an arc. It was always part of something rounder and larger. Sometimes what we're looking at is bigger than the piece right in front of us. Now let's look at the order of the colors. Why is red on the outside and violet on the inside? Well, because of how much each color bends. Red, which bends less, appears higher and farther out. Violet, which bends more, appears lower and farther in. So the order isn't random. The rainbow has structure, even in something so soft, so fleeting, so lovely. There is geometry. There is physics. There is order. The world is full of beauty that isn't separate from science. The beauty is often the science, seen clearly. And then there's one more wonder. Sometimes above the main rainbow, a fainter second rainbow appears. Have you ever seen that? Lighter, more ghostly, a little harder to notice. That second rainbow forms when light bounces twice inside the raindrops instead of once. Two reflections instead of one. And because of that extra bounce, the colors come out reversed. Red is on the inside, violet is on the outside. I've always loved that the sky sometimes answers one rainbow with another, a quieter one above it, as if the light had more to say, as if one unfolding wasn't quite enough. And now, as the room grows quieter, I want to bring us back to the first thing, the plain light, the hidden colors. Because in the daylight, white light can seem simple, ordinary, nothing to stop for. And then the rain comes, and angle, and water, and suddenly the sky shows you what had been folded inside all along. That's what a rainbow is, light meeting a shape that lets it open. You don't always see everything all at once. Sometimes what's real is still there, even when it hasn't unfolded yet. Sometimes it takes the right angle, the right perspective, the right moment. And then what looked plain becomes astonishingly beautiful. So tonight, wherever you are, no matter what kind of day it was, the world is still holding its hidden colors, even in the dark, even when your eyes are closed. Because the science of a rainbow doesn't begin with the rainbow. It begins with light itself, traveling all the way from the sun, arriving here, entering a drop of water, opening, reaching you. And perhaps that's a good way to end tonight. Not with something loud, not with something rare, but with something quiet and true. That sunlight is fuller than it first appears. That water can become a lens. That color can wait inside the brightness until the world is ready to reveal it. So now, let your thoughts loosen a little. Let them spread gently, like color through rain. There's no need to hold on to every one. No need to line them all up. Let the day become lighter. Let the mind become wider. Let rest come the way a rainbow comes, not forced, just formed, when all the pieces meet. And just before you drift off to dream of rain after sun, tiny glassy raindrops, and long bands of color opening across the sky, I want you to know something about you. Your mind is a wonderful thing, so full of curiosity. And I like your mind just the way it wonders. I'll be back again soon to wonder more with you.